The woman was just about to eat when she heard her child crying. She had to hold the child and gulp down rice soaked in hot water. She even had to hold the child while using the toilet, and her husband just looked at her with disdain and criticized her from constantly holding the child.
근데 왜 애를 낳고 똥을 싸고 그래?
The woman's hands were injured, but her husband showed no concern. When the woman went out to buy groceries, she saw young, beautiful women on the street. Annie felt a pang of envy deep inside. She remembered how she used to be the fair-skinned, beautiful campus beauty. But ever since marrying Jack, Annie had become a full-time housewife, washing clothes, cooking, and taking care of the child every day at home. Annie rarely wore makeup now. When she went out, she wore worn-out shoes, and her clothes were stained with milk. People on the street mistook her for an old auntie.
아줌마! 좀 비켜달라니까 아줌마!
That day was Annie and Jack's wedding anniversary. Annie was eagerly looking forward to Jack's gift.
뭘 바라니 내가 뭘 바라.
But Jack didn't mention it at all. Looking at the date she had specifically circled on the calendar, Annie felt deep disappointment. But when Annie went to put on makeup, she discovered an exquisite gift box. Inside was a pair of incredibly beautiful earrings. Annie was instantly overjoyed. She thought this was the surprise Jack had prepared for her. Annie put the earrings on and admired them carefully in the mirror. The more she looked, the more she liked them. Just then, Jack walked in. When he saw Annie had opened the gift box, he was startled. He immediately snatched the earrings from Annie's hand. It turned out they were a gift Jack had prepared for the dean's wife. Seeing that Jack had truly forgotten their anniversary, Annie angrily grabbed Jack's notebook, intending to throw it into a basin of water. Jack, terrified, quickly tried to stop Annie. That notebook contained important work schedules for his company that day. To get the notebook back, Jack even threatened Annie.
너 진짜 그거 잘못되면 우리 이혼이라고.
At that moment, Annie felt completely shattered. She couldn't believe a notebook was more important to him than she was. Annie let go of the notebook in despair. It fell into the water. Even though Jack fished it out immediately, the writing inside was ruined. This caused Jack to miss an important business deal for his company. Jack could only stand before his boss, repeatedly slapping his own face in apology. That night, Annie discovered their child was sick. She kept calling Jack, but Jack was busy entertaining his boss and discussing business. He had no time to look at his phone. Annie had to take the child to the hospital alone. She held the child's foot, crying and saying, "I'm sorry," over and over. She didn't even notice she had put her shoes on the wrong feet. By the time Annie brought the child home, it was already midnight. Jack still hadn't returned. But Annie's phone received a credit card statement showing Jack's spending that day. Shockingly, there was a charge from a motel. Just then, Annie's best friend also sent her a photo. It was an intimate picture of Jack with a beautiful woman. Annie collapsed to the floor. She couldn't believe Jack would betray her. Then Jack sent a text message telling Annie he wouldn't be coming home that night. In that moment, Annie felt utterly crushed. Crying, she dialed Jack's number and told him she wanted a divorce.
이혼하지 않고 원하지 우리